Okay. Bop. What's good, everybody? What's going on out there? Uh, Hold on, y'all. Bop. What's good, everybody? What's going on out there? Hold on, y'all. Bop. What's good, everybody? All right. Okay. Peace. What's good, y'all? Let me see what we got over here. What's good? What's good? Watching the what is that? Nosebleed section. What's going on? Lightbird, Justin, Ricky, what's good, Ricky? Lightbird, Ernest, I see y'all in the building. So I'm gonna come on a little early today and see what type of traffic I can generate over here today, this time of day. How everybody doing out there, man? Happy spring to everybody. Can y'all hear me out there loud and clear? Am I loud and clear? Am I coming through loud and clear? Let me get some feedback in the chat. Can y'all hear me out there? Hi, Miss Louisiana Kitchen, Ganja, Iraq. Oh, this Orlando Trey. What's good, man? All right, so y'all can hear me out there. That's a good sign. That's a good thing. Okay. What's good? What's good, everybody? So I am your host, Minister Jew. Go by the name of Minister Jew. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If the content is something that you like to hear, something that you like to learn how to apply in your life, click the subscribe button, join the memberships, all that good stuff, man. But get the thumbs up, get the likes up, y'all. You know how the YouTube algorithm go, man. I'm back on the tube a little bit more regular than I have been in the last couple of years, man. I'm gonna be doing some of these biblical series where I pick a particular chapter, verse out of Scripture, and I make it do what it do. You know what I mean? To really drive home the point that you are the creator for your circumstances in your life, man. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. You are the centerpiece of the entire table. Once you understand that, you'll be able to move through life a little easier. Doesn't mean you're not going to have some bumps in the road, because this whole thing down here is primarily a learning experience. We're learning. We're trying to figure out the cause of the phenomenon of life, right? And you always hear the saying, if you want to hide something from anybody, if you want to hide something from somebody, put it in a book. Now let me ask you this: like this is one of the greatest mysteries yet to be discovered by humanity. What if the thing that was being sought after, this highly sought after gem, right, was inside of you the whole time? Meanwhile, you're looking over here, up there, around the corner for it. You're all over the place trying to figure this thing out. But a lot of people like to ridicule Scripture, and I understand why. A lot of people are still angry about some of the things that happened over the millennia, hundreds of years ago, 200, 300, 400, 500, however far back you want to go. A lot of people still upset about that. I understand their angle on it. But listen, this is what I want my viewership to understand. I'm not here for everybody. I want to make that very clear. I graduated from that perspective. I'm not here for every single body. What I am here for are the people who are drawn to me via my voice, so that I can help them get to the next stage of their career, their life, their happiness, their joy. That's it. And a lot of times I used to could be very argumentative. I got the Gemini spirit. It's on me. You know what I mean? But I do my best from trying to engage in that aspect of the Gemini frequency, because why? I'm trying to refine myself, right? I'm constantly refining, retooling, re-engineering myself so that I can be the best version I can be to be able to teach you guys, right? So if you've been around long enough and you've heard Minister Juice speak over the years, one thing you know about me, I'm big on results. And so people can have a lot of philosophy, a lot of rhetoric, a lot of disagreements, a lot of critiquing. I don't give a goddamn. At the end of the day, it comes down to what you can produce. Period. Period. So you got a lot of people who are charismatic. They sound good. You know, it's all this deep metaphysical stuff, right? You know, but and you know, people hear it and like, oh wow, that's deep. But look, man, listen, where is deep going to take you? Where is deep going to take you? I excel in making things that appear to be deep very, very simple. Very simple, right? Where you ain't got to jump over the moon and the sun and come back and do something, you know, do some very odd stuff in order to quote unquote manifest your will or manifest your heart's desire. It ain't even all about none of that. This stuff is really, really simple. It's simple. It's about images, how you feel, and what you do on a repetitious basis. That's it. And then there's some other little tricks to the trade, and we get into that in our private membership where we talk about some of these different tricks to the trade to act as, you know, they call like, you know, got a video game where you got the cheat code so that you can pass the board and get to the next level, right? Right? So we got some cheat codes where we show people, okay, if you do this over this duration of time, this will be the result that'll pop up, right? And then you have to learn how to be patient because the wave is collapsing. We're living in listen, time and space. Keyword, time. Time and space dictate an event horizon. So in order for the event, your goal, your desire, which is eventually going to be an event of some sort, something's going to happen, right? It's going to take time and space. And so we get into what that looks like in a very practical sense. You know what I mean? So peace to everybody in the chat. I see y'all, Tanisha. Hey, Gwen, how you doing? I think that's Darwin over there. I see all y'all, man. Peace. Get the thumbs up, hit the like button, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. So let me see, Joe. Let me try to go. I'm gonna go this route, and then let me see. Let me share, and then let me go. Hold on. Let me see something. Hold on, y'all. All right, and then let's go back here. Let's see. I think it's giving me a little problem. Hold on, y'all. Let me see here. I'll go here. All right. Hold on. Let me see if it. I don't know if it's. Can y'all see my screen? Y'all might can't even see my screen. This thing is acting real weird right now. But it's all right. Let me see if y'all can't see my screen. All right. Y'all can still see me though, right? Let me see. Let me go to the chat. Can everybody still see me in the chat? I don't know why this thing giving me a problem. Pull them up. Y'all can't see me? Wait a minute. Let me see. Let me see. Let's see. All right, hold on one second, y'all. Let me try to get this. Let me see if I can get this thing to allow y'all to be able to see my screen right fast. Hold them up. Let's see. Let me see. Appreciate y'all patience. Let me see. I don't know. It's giving me a problem. Giving me a problem, man. But I'm just gonna go through this bill. Let me see. Huh? This joint don't want to give me no rhythm. Okay. All right. So this how I'm gonna play this. This how I'm gonna play this. Let me see if y'all can still see me if I do this though. All right. Can y'all still see me out there? Somebody in the chat, so y'all can see me. Y'all can still see me out there. Let's see. All right, cool. So this is how we gonna play it because it's not letting me show my screen. I don't know why it's giving me a hard time, but the actual verse here that we're gonna go over today, right, is Ecclesiastes 10 and 20, right? And this is how it reads. It says, "Do not curse the king, even in your thoughts, and do not curse a rich person, even in your bedroom." Right? For a bird of the sky may carry the message, and a winged creature may report the matter. So you may say, Jew, what the hell is this about, right? What the hell are they talking about? I want to emphasize why this particular passage is important, because the title of this joint, of this class, this brief presentation, is Manifestation Tips, right? So what are they pointing to here? What are they indicating here? So you know how people, they always try to make the Bible, a lot of these holy books, they want to take it literal. They don't think it has anything to do with the mind. They don't think it has anything to do with consciousness. They think it's about somebody who lived 3,000, 2,000 years ago, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? I'm here to tell y'all, no. This is a book profoundly rooted in mind science, in psychology, in consciousness. So here, what are they saying? They're saying, imagine you sitting yourself in a room somewhere and you're having a bogus thought about maybe your boss at your job, right? Or, you're laying in your bed and you're complaining about the rich people in the world. You see it all the time on social medias, right? It's, everybody's mad at Jeff Bezos. Everybody's mad at Elon Musk. Everybody's, I was watching an interview. I think it was Benny the Butcher. He's a rapper from Griselda. Real gutter street group, hip hop group, came on the scene, took it by storm. But he was doing an interview and he was like, man, he said, man, nowadays you got trap boys who in the trap hustling. He was like, man, they be coming on social media telling myself, yeah, I got more money than the rappers. And he was like, man, why are y'all always using rappers as the standard? He's like, man, go ahead, go get more money than Jeff Bezos. Like, go get more money than Elon. Like, go get more money than them guys. And so, why am I bringing it up? Because people are, even if it's in an indirect way, people are always making commentary. Not all people, but a lot of people are always making commentary toward, or in a negative light, toward people with money. Oh my God, they're they're unethical, or they, whatever the case may be. And sometimes that may be true, right? Some people may have got it in a way where it's been demeaning to people, et cetera, et cetera. But what I'm here to tell you is this: if you ever are going to get on a path to success, and when I say that, I'm specifically talking about financial success, because success can be measured a bunch of different ways by a bunch of different people, depending upon what it is that they have going on in their life. But I'm specifically talking about your financial push to get to the next phase of your life. If you are having inner conversations negatively about money, about finance, I was, listen, man, I was in them circles 10, 12 years ago, where, it's all the conspiracy and the banker boys and, the money is dirty and da 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 da. And we gotta keep it real, especially the people in the African American community. I'm talking to us today. Gotta be very real about it. A lot of times we come up with a impression, whether it be from our parents or, the neighborhood, the environment. I was talking to Ampu the other day, and let me tell you, man, we got a lot of unlearning to do. We've been lied to by a lot of these people who are supposed to be teachers and conscious. They lied to us, man, for a very long, and still lying in regards to this whole money game, this whole financial game, this whole worldview game. We were lied to. I'm telling you this, because when you really start to read the history about some of these institutions, let me just give you a nugget. And Ampu, I'm just gonna break this one, bro. But you're gonna do your thing. But I gotta say this today. Do you know that the IRS was created to help get African American or Negroes or whatever they were called back then land? Abraham Lincoln instituted the IRS, or what we know today as the IRS, to help black people get ahead. But then ain't nobody told you that though, did they? Huh? Ain't nobody told you that what's the other department in the feds, Jew? The Department of Justice was originally formed to help black people escape the grips and the hate crimes of the Ku Klux Klan. These are facts. But you ain't gonna never hear you, because see, people out here peddling fear. People are out here peddling victim consciousness, right? Because everybody's taking a hold of these narratives and everybody's tweeting it and everybody's reposting it. And everybody, because now, I'm accepted. I'm in this group of victims. Ooh, look what they did to us. Man, that ain't gonna get you nowhere. That ain't gonna get you nowhere. You know what it's gonna get you? Another 5 or 10 years tweeting, parroting these stupid narratives. Huh? And so we've been lied to about money, right? And Pooh was like, man, Drew, the only time I really saw money, like people who had money, was the neighborhood drug dealer. He had, listen, I remember my neighborhood, same thing for me. I grew up west side of Chicago. I remember black, they would pull up on the block with the bubble Lexus. At that time, 20-inch rims was the thing. We talking late 90s, 98, 99, right? Pulling up on the block, right? Come give a few dollars out to the young boys on the block. And we like, man, they got money, man. But we knew the means in which they was getting it from, right? So subconsciously and then we saw what happened to them. They went to jail, they got murdered, and they lost it all. I have never seen not one person in the hood who made it out of that game unscathed. Never. Not from where I grew up at on Chicago Avenue. Never saw it. Either they were murdered, in jail, or lost it all, right? And so that perception about money that sticks with you as you grow up in these urban areas. Like, dang, man, the only way I can get some. And so that's a negative viewpoint. And so a lot of times it ain't until we well into our 30s, late 30s, where we even start to think business. Meanwhile, in other communities, they're telling little boys at 13 that you're on the trajectory to be a man. It's called bar mitzvah, right? You see what I'm saying? So Ampu was talking to me the other day about a book that he was reading, where in the Jewish community, they look at money as damn near a holy thing to have. Like it's the righteous thing to have, right? So in this particular passage, right, do not even curse a rich person in your own bedroom. Now, what is this implying, though? Because it says later that a bird of the sky may carry this message and a winged creature may report or tell on you. But you might be saying, Jew, what the hell do they mean? Obviously, they're trying to get you to understand the power of thought transfer. Huh? They're just using the imagery of a bird because a bird best denotes being able to carry a message through the what? Through the air or through the mind, right? Because all the mind principles are related with the element of air. So it's traveling along the air, carrying this message. So what they're implying here is that there's some form of mind-to-mind communication that's happening. But they're telling you, be very mindful of what you're thinking, even in the privacy of your bedroom. You think because you're in your bedroom alone. You think because you're in your car alone. You think because you're sitting on your sofa alone and nobody's around that you're thinking these thoughts and, oh, it's just me. It can have no impact. They would never know. But this is why Scripture tell you there's no such thing as a secret. Huh? Ain't no such thing. These things are bouncing around. Right? And why do they use a bird? Right? Because let me give you the science behind this. You know what's carrying these thoughts around? It's called electromagnetism, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's carrying your thoughts around. So when you've manifested, let me give you a quick story. Shout out to Kiwanis and T, Mr. and Mrs. Pope. Both of these two are members. They are part of my private membership. If you're interested in joining the private quantum imaging membership, click the description box below. You'll see all the links down there for the stuff I got coming up and some of the products and services that I offer. One of them is a membership where we have calls 4 or 5 times a month, and we get into this stuff on a regular basis. Techniques are given out every month to the members, so forth and so on. Anyways, so T and Kiwanis, not Terrence, but T had been locked up for years, right? Kiwanis came in the membership. She got faith in the principles, faith in the practices. I've been hearing me teach about this for a minute. She's been in and out of the membership over the last 2 or 3 years. So she's quite familiar. She's had her own breakthroughs in other areas of her life where she used these principles, but never went hard body in the relationship to her now husband with these techniques and stayed consistent. So she said, this time when I come in, I ain't focused on no money. I ain't focused on no job. I ain't focused on no, I'm focused on getting my man out of jail, right? And applying these principles that. So she been doing, she came in. I had a consultation with both of them over the phone 7 months ago. For those that don't know, her video is on my page here on YouTube, where she gives about a 12-minute testimonial video about her experience. Long story short, and here's the poignant part of her story that I want to share. She didn't know that they were releasing T. She didn't know this. He called her one day 2 weeks ago and shared the information that the manifestation had finally broke through. You got to hear the story to see all of the hurdles. You would have thought it was impossible too, but all things are possible to him who believes. See, that ain't just some religious statement. That ain't just, you don't know it, but you'll never know it until you practice it. You can sit back on your hands, you can sit back and type stuff on your Facebooks or wherever you're typing. But guess what? You'll never reap the benefits. One, because you don't even think it's possible. And two, you don't know the real science behind it, but that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. So if you got a problem with these passages of scripture or your people following it because they're following it from an old, outdated model where they're thinking about this is something external, instead of bashing them, instead of making that your everyday claim to fame, send them to Minister Jew. Send all your people to me. Send them to me. All your people who going to the church or maybe feel like they still believe, but maybe the church ain't the place for them. Send them to me. Because in 2 years, you're going to wish that you sent yourself to me. Because they're going to be prospering. Trust me when I tell you this. Anyway, so she get a call from some of her girlfriends, former co-workers, right? Because see, you start using this information, the flowers just start blooming everywhere. So even though she wasn't trying to use it intentionally to get a better position on the job, well, guess what happened? Another company hired her, paying her almost, I think, double what she was making out in Las Vegas. So she packed up her bags and moved to Vegas. So she got some girlfriends, former employees, co-workers back in Atlanta, who they just decide to say, you know what, Kiwanis, we want to see you. We miss you. And we're going to pay for you a round trip ticket to come down here to kick it with us this weekend. The whole time, there was another play being ran in the programming space called Her Husband is About to Come Home on the exact same weekend that these young ladies just coincidentally get a thought or an idea or a quote unquote a little birdie pops up in their conscience and says, we want to see Kiwanis this weekend. Whole time, they're really calling her down there so that she can be there to celebrate the release of her now husband, which she was not in her conscious mind aware of. You see how this works? So you think you're sitting on the couch or in your car or right now here or in your bed and you're having this conversation about this person, that person. I don't like this. I don't like that. Da, 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 da. You're sending those thought patterns to other people. And all they're going to do is mirror exactly what you're thinking. But when you start to fine tune your awareness, when you start to fine tune what you're thinking, you start to prune the vine, as scripture says. Huh? Right? Because see, they say Christ was from Galilee. But when you translate Galilee, it comes to mean an unpruned vine. Huh? So what are they saying? See, the one who elevates the rising to their Christ consciousness, give a damn if you like the name or not, but that's what we're using today, right? Those who learn how to prune the vine, to work the garden of Gethsemane. You know what happens? They start to mold into the Christ consciousness where they start to do what? Able to dictate and bend their reality according to what they're thinking and what they're feeling. So my job is simple. How many Christs can I turn out during my duration of teaching this information? And I would say we've been doing a darn good job at it. Right? So this little birdie, those little thoughts that Kiwanis is having, she's running this program, she's doing these techniques every single day, and Paul and Silas, the shackles were released at midnight. These are some of the passages, because see, we got to learn how to take these passages, correlate them with our goal and our desire, and boom! Right? So this little bird, what they really saying is, your thoughts are riding out on these magnetic waves. You're dropping seeds in all of these people's minds that can either aid and assist you or give you hell. Your choice. Your choice. Now, you may say, okay, you're doing a lot of good talking, Joe. You're doing a lot of talking, Joe. You're doing a lot of good talking, Joe. Well, you know I ain't going to leave y'all without some actual factuals. There was a study done where one person was in a room watching a light bulb flicker. I want you to hear me very carefully here. Watching a light bulb flicker. There was another person hooked up in a room, right? In two totally different locations, both hooked up to these EEG machines. And the other person was receiving a magnetic pulse over a specific side of their brain. Do you know when the person who was in the room watching the light bulb flicker, the person's brain in another room in a totally different location, their brain started to go off or respond as if they were actually there watching the light bulb flicker? Huh? Correlated cerebral events between physically and sensory isolated pairs exposed to circumcerebral magnetic fields. Neuroscience Letters, December 2002. I ain't coming here to play with y'all. I ain't coming here to give y'all a whole bunch of philosophy. I study this thing. I mean, for real, for real. It ain't had no challenges. It ain't gonna have none. Because it'd be mop the floor all day and night. Right? Too many testimonials to go through. But this is how it works. Huh? So you got to ask yourself a question. Damn, somebody over looking at a light bulb flicker, they all the way in Los Angeles. Somebody else is hooked up all the way in New York. And they both hook up to these machines. And when a light bulb flickers in one place, the person's brain in the other place goes off as if they're physically looking at a light bulb flicker. How, Sway? How? How? I get excited about this information, man. This is my purpose, man. I get excited about this because this is my purpose, right? I'm going to teach it to the ends of forever, right? And so the deal is, what are they telling us here? You ain't got to be nowhere around a person in order for you to send a signal. Huh? So Ecclesiastes 10 and 20 is dead right. Not even in the privacy of your bed. Not even the privacy. Be careful what you're thinking. Be careful what you're emoting. Because a little bird, a little wave will take that thing and land it exactly where the trajectory that you're pointing it to. And then you find yourself in some trouble. Huh? Huh? So, what did Nicki Minaj say? Forget the haters. Just get your money. Just get your weight up. Right? So who are you cursing? Are you cursing the rich? I tell you one thing, you're going to stay in poverty. You ain't going to have no breakthroughs. You ain't. Because see, the verse before Ecclesiastes 10 and 20 is 10 and 19, where it says, money answers all things. You better go fact check me. Fact check me. Huh? 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 So, do you know, and here's the thing, you're going to get more of whatever you're sending out on that wave. And here's the thing, when it's a low vibrational thought, when it's a stressor, the neural mechanisms that are running in your brain are very selective and attentive to threats or stressors. And so that person will start to see the world according to whatever underlying schemes they're running in their mind, right? So you're going to always get reaffirmed of whatever it is that you're thinking and feeling. And people wonder why they can't break these patterns. They wonder why. Because every day you're doing it, you're the same person you were yesterday. You're the same person you was last week, and you can't figure out how to break the mold. You can't figure out how to break the chain. Listen, man, I make my own rosaries. I'm a piece of practice. I'm working on myself too. Because I ain't satisfied with this level. I'm ready for the next level. And you should be too. Right? So if you're constantly running these themes, you're having these little, these little stressors. Because see, anytime you're against opposing something, that's a stressor. It's resistance. You're going to get more of it. This is from the Academy Science 2008. This was this case study done. So, man, look. Listen, man. Listen to Minister Jew. Stop playing yourself. Stop playing yourself, man. You ain't got none but time down here to figure it out. You might as well start now. Ain't nobody stopping you from doing nothing, man. Stop it. Stop it, man. Stop it. So don't I don't want to hear it. Don't come around me talking about the black man is God. I don't want to hear it. Because you can't have it both ways. You can't be telling me that in one sense, the melanin is all powerful, the black man is God, da 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 da, and then in the next breath talking about who's suppressing you. Make up your goddamn minds. Which one you gonna be? A degenerate? What you gonna do? Or you just gonna have to admit that you're using all of that rhetoric as a boost me up pride thing, confidence thing. Okay, that's all right. But at some point, the rubber got to meet the road. And I'm telling you, that way of doing it ain't gonna work. And people might start to look at you different. They should, because you changing. You would too. Don't you look at the trees different when that magnolia is blooming in the spring versus when it's bare in the winter? Sometimes you don't even look when the trees is bare. There's nothing to look at, it's but bare tree. But the moment that thing starts sprouting some fruit, the moment that thing starts sprouting some leaves, everybody want to stop and look. Oh, isn't it so pretty? Oh, look at nature. Oh, look at spring, the flowers. Now everybody's attentive to nature. Everybody's looking. So it's all right if people start to look at you different. They should, because you're changing. Right? So, man, look. I got a webinar, your Vision and Purpose webinar, coming up April the 3rd. Not this Sunday, next Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. This is an online event. We're going to tap into this thing. You think I'm going ham now? It's going to be even more fire for that. I'm prepared. I got my notes. I'm ready. Your Vision and Purpose webinar. If you want to participate, the link is down in the description box below. Just click on the link. It'll forward you directly to the website. You can make your purchase for your tickets there. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday, we live, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to learn how to make your vision a concrete reality. Strategies to overcome hindrances to your vision. Learn how to see further than your eyes can see. That's important. That's the real depth. See further than your physical eyes can see. All right? So visit the website, theimaginationguru.com. Click on the shops tab, scroll down the webinar, and you'll be able to participate with us from there. All right? If you want to make a donation, you see the ticker going across the bottom of the screen, right? That's my Cash App, Imagination Guru Ministries. We are a 501c3. So your donations, you can write them off if that's what you want to do. All right? So I appreciate everybody. Now let me close this down and go back here. All right, man. So what time is it? I got to pick my children up because I'm a full-time dad too. So anybody got any questions, you can field them over here in the chat. Anybody? Join the membership, man. Let me tell you something. Who was that? Fire Marshal. But let me tell you something, right? I made a post. Follow me on Instagram at The Imagination Guru. That's where you can find me for more inspiring content, right? At The Imagination Guru on Instagram. So I made a post a couple days ago about my wishing well technique. And somebody came down in the comments section and was like, man, this thing works. I done made over 500,000. And that it's not new to me. My man, Robert Butler Bay, he damn near did $1 million on one contract from the city of Chicago, where he remixed my wishing well technique and got an even bigger result, which is great. I always tell people, look, I'm just a skeleton. Y'all put the meat on the bone. I can give you the blueprint, but then y'all just need to go ahead and go forward and mix and match what you feel is right for you, and then you watch how much more beneficial it'll be for you. So he's like, man, I did 500K off the wishing well, right? Do you know? Listen, man, the wishing well is $210. I didn't even know he made that. I always advertise it with a $3 million mark because that's the last, because I don't even be counting like that no more. I just round out about where's the last number that I was at when we were counting and rounding out. But me and Ample don't even really be counting these numbers like that anymore. But then he comes on, he's like, I got 500,000. So I'm really closer probably to 4 million, probably more than that, because it's probably people who got stuff they ain't even told me. And for the people who ain't told me, I need y'all to be like Galatians 6:6. Come, share the news. Share the good news with the one that taught you. Don't hide from Jew after you got the data and you had a breakthrough. Come share it with me so I can share it with the world. Right? So anyways, he did 500K, right? From fine-tuning his awareness to getting this idea down pat that currency is flowing to him. He made 2,000 times the amount he paid for a technique. Now I really can't even put a price on the wishing well, right? Because truth be told, it's worth thousands. But then what I look like, I can't give it to, I can't really be in the Christ conscience then, because the Christ conscience say, man, I came to get the downtrodden, the people who need it the most. A person in good health don't need a physician. So I put it at a number where it's respectable, and you're gonna practice. You're gonna drop that 210, and you're gonna be like, I made an investment, so I'm gonna do it. So that's just where I needed to be to make sure you hold up your end of the bargain, right? So, anyways, this is Johnny J. My mother used to tell me I would never be anything as a child and was sending that negative energy toward me. I just want to say, parents, watch your mouth. Minister Jew, how can we overcome and change the narrative that many parents placed on us energetically as children that we are now having to break our subconscious minds up? Great question. Great question. There's a technique in the membership that I created called the House of Telomere. Now, you probably want to go Google what a telomere is. Looks like the little cap on the end of your shoestring. Probably want to go Google that. What is a telomere? And then you will find out how these telomeres are impacted by what Johnny J just said. A lot of socio-economic negative self-talk or negative experiences through socioeconomics with your parents and your upbringing. So see, I done covered the whole range of gamut of this thing. I done seen so many people come in and out of here talking to me, calling me, that I got techniques for everything. Right? And so once you start to appropriate the House of Telomere by bringing your parents into a particular vision, because see, all you're holding on to is what, ladies and gentlemen? Johnny J, what you holding on to? You're holding on to memory. That's what you're holding on to. So if we can augment the memory, we can kiss the trauma goodbye. Huh? So this is what we do. That's one of the ways that you do it. So yeah, man, membership is down in the description box below. Join the membership, y'all. Be a part of this webinar coming up on April the 3rd. Will change your life. Will change your life if you practice. If you practice. Because it's changed mine. I know where I was at 6 years ago and where I'm at today. And I know that these manifestations come in seasons. But I'm still watering. I'm still planting. And you need to too. So with that, man, I just want to say thank everybody for coming on here. Appreciate y'all coming to rock out with me. It's early afternoon. I love all y'all, all my members here in the chat. Thank you guys for constantly coming out to support your boy when I come on these videos or wherever I'm at, man. I appreciate you guys 1,000%. Visit the website, theimaginationguru.com. Peace.